It was late May, the forests were full and green, and it was starting to really feel like summer. We were heading to eastern New York as one of my oldest friends who I hadn't seen in a while was getting married.
It's green summer.
So I figured we'd use the opportunity to stay a few extra days at a cool spot and spend some time away from our computers and routines. I found this A-frame on Airbnb and loved that it was at the end of a dirt road and next to a lake. And so we arrived Friday afternoon and explored the property in excitement. And the honeysuckle was blooming all over the entire area. The wedding was the next day, and so all we had planned to do that night was to go into town and get some groceries for dinner and get to bed early. And as we drove through the countryside with the windows down, the air was so sweet you could taste it. Every breath smelled like sugar, and all along the roadsides there were endless flowering bushes of honeysuckles and autumn olives. The lilacs were blooming as well, and it all felt like a storybook. And back at the A-frame, I ran around during the day's end cold, admiring the details and design choices, taking inspiration for when we finish my cabin back home. And the next day we woke early and headed to the local diner. It was set to be around 90 degrees this day, and boy was it feeling like summer by the lake. And so we went for a walk in the late morning sun.
Oh yeah. What's up, Salamander Jane?
And so we read and I practiced some melodies while we waited for our friends to arrive, as we would be driving to the wedding together.
What was my other one? Sitting with the chickens in the garden, all these big decisions in the garden, laying in the dirt in the garden, where everything's alright. Waiting for the rain in the garden, got no kind of thing in the garden, watching all these seeds grow in the garden. Baby in the garden. With the huge wooden walkway and just like...
Seriously?
in that little bay window there. I love the wooden walk, like in the big
Yeah.
plants and potted things everywhere. That's also so cool.
So I soaked the chickpeas this time instead of...
It's absolutely necessary to take time away from your typical work and the routine of your everyday life, especially when your work is creative and it can't be forced. Sleeping in a bed other than your own is always a great way to make life feel interesting and new. So trips like these always provide inspiration and stimulation. And so I got the pizza oven ready moments before Aunt and Jade arrived. Aunt's one of my oldest friends too, and we've been through a lot together. We haven't hung out as much lately because that's how life goes when you get older. But it's like no time has passed when we're together. And we were excited to get together with some of our other old friends at the wedding, which was on a gorgeous property on top of a hill.
Like May 22nd or something.
I would waste it all for you. I would waste it all for you.
And we couldn't have had better weather for such a beautiful celebration. The day ended in a hazy orange hurrah, and we drove back to base camp, happy to have been there to share the love.
I love this little knife. Where are the spatulas?
And the next morning, Allie chefed up a delicious hiker's breakfast to prepare us for the mountain we were about to climb. There's no place either of us love being more than in the forest, on the trail, free from the world, soaking in the sights, sounds, and smells.
It's coming for you. What is that?
We haven't had the chance to hike as much as we'd like to this year, as we've been dedicated to finishing projects and achieving certain goals. So I savor these little adventures and every second I get to spend on the mountaintops with Allie. This year is going to be busy as ever and full of change, but in good time, we'll be able to hike as much as we want, and with no cameras neither.